Hey guys, this is Two Awesome Men, and this is my top 5 movies of 2016. So we're actually gonna start doing our list videos in this format where we have each of our lists in separate videos just to make sure that if we have any repeats, we get to talk about them on our own. Okay guys, so here we go, and here's my list. Number 5. For my number 5 movie of 2016, I'm gonna say Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Now this movie, when I went into it, I was a little hesitant on it. I mean, I knew it was gonna be good because it's a Star Wars movie, obviously. But I honestly walked away from The Force Awakens sort of disappointed. So I didn't know where Rogue One is gonna go. And this movie was actually really surprising. It takes place before A New Hope, and it's about how the rebels stole the Death Star plans. And it was phenomenal. I was blown away. The first hour or so was a little slow, but it picked up really well and I loved it. Number 4. My number 4 is the movie Zootopia. Now this movie is an anime movie, but it's a lot deeper than most anime movies. It goes over some pretty adult themes, the big one being racism, and it really covers them in a way that kids who watch it are gonna enjoy it, but even the adults who see this movie are gonna enjoy it possibly even more because they get to see what the movie is actually going for. And it was just an enjoyable movie to watch, and we'll see how they actually approach these various themes. Number 3. My number 3 is probably gonna be a pretty controversial one because yes, my number 3 movie for 2016 is Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Now this movie, a lot of people hated this movie, and me and Marquez are gonna have our own review over it, so I can go more into depth about it whenever we make that video. But for now, I just want to say that I completely do not understand all the hate that I got for it. I'm not saying it was a perfect movie, which the extended cut is closer to a perfect movie than the theatrical release was, but I feel like the story itself was pretty cohesive. I don't know why people say it was all over the place. It was a pretty cohesive movie, and it made sense why Batman and Superman were fighting. And Lex Luthor, even though I didn't completely like Jesse Eisenberg's take on Lex Luthor, I think they could have chosen someone better. I think what Jesse Eisenberg was given, I feel like he performed exactly what was expected of him by what the script was. It is beautifully written and it was just visually appealing. So I feel like it was definitely one of the best movies of 2016. Number 2. For my number 2 movie of 2016, I'm gonna go with Captain America: Civil War. Now this movie is one of the biggest, most anticipated movies made by Marvel. The Marvel Universe has been split into 2 teams, Captain America and Iron Man. It's close to being an Avengers movie, but it's really not because they're not going after an actual enemy, they're going after each other. So it's really nice to see the 2 sides, and they actually brought up pretty good arguments on both sides in this movie. And I've read the Civil War comic. It didn't follow it perfectly, but they actually did a really good job on following the main point of the comic in this movie. So guys, before I go to my number 1 pick for 2016, I'm gonna throw out 2 honorable mentions. And my first one is gonna be Deadpool. Now this movie, Deadpool is by far my favorite comic book character, so it hurts me not to put this movie in my top 5, especially since there was more than I could have asked for in this movie. I just felt like there were 5 movies that I had to put into my top list. I am really excited to see the sequels. And my other honorable mention is Swiss Army Man. Now this movie I would have put in my top 5, but I did not like the ending at all. The ending really took away from a lot of the movie, and I couldn't really put it in the top 5, but I still recommend watching it. Alright guys, here it goes. Here's my top pick for the best movie of 2016. Number 1. The Nice Guys. This movie was actually really surprising to me. I honestly didn't have an interest in seeing it when I saw the trailers. I didn't even really know what it was about. And I even saw it about 6 months after it came out in theaters. And I was honestly really blown away by it. The comedy, the storyline, there's like so many things that worked well in this movie. It's directed by Shane Black, who directed Iron Man 3, which I wasn't a fan of. But in this movie, he really crafted a beautiful movie. And Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe really performed well together. The whole story was cohesive. There is not a single scene in this movie that wasn't needed, and that is definitely my favorite movie of 2016. So guys, like I said, me and Marquez are both making a video like this, so his top 5 video of 2016 should be up shortly after this one. So be ready to watch that one too. And don't forget to follow us on social media. We have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. They're all at 2awesomemen, the number 2. So make sure you put the number 2 instead of the word. Thank you and have a great 2017.